Hey guys, so with this video, I wanted to talk about three planeswalkers that we all know of, but that actually we don't know very much about. I'd like to begin with Wrenn. What we know about her so far is that she's a Dryad planeswalker introduced in Modern Horizons. Her home plane and lifetime are unknown, but it's speculated that she's currently living. She's not an old walker that has passed away like Sarah. She's believed to be alive, wandering the multiverse. Her color identity, as you see, is red and green. She's described as a white-haired dryad who can symbiotically bind with and pilot a tree folk. Her current host is her sixth. She doesn't name her host, so the current vessel is merely called Six. Without Wrenn, Six can't planeswalk. Usually, organic living matter can't be brought along by planeswalkers, so in this aspect, Wrenn is breaking the rule in a similar fashion to Yanggu and Mogu. Dryads are also typically bound to trees, but it's currently unknown if Wrenn needs to be bound to a tree or a tree folk for survival. The only cards we have that reference her at this point are her own card and a card called Planebound Accomplice. I find the flavor text to be hilarious. You probably don't want to find a giant 12-foot tree folk barreling towards you for any reason. The next planeswalker I'd like to discuss is Estrid the Masked. Estrid was introduced to us in Commander 2018. She wears many faces, only occasionally wearing her own. She's an enchantress, able to hide herself and others behind masks. We know neither her birthplace nor her timeline, only that she's a human. Her color identity is white, blue, and green. Constantly striving for self-perfection, Estrid fashions the magical masks that imbue her with the strengths and skills of all the creatures that they represent. Calm and collected in times of danger, Estrid takes pride in her flexibility. She's always ready with the right face and set of talents for whatever challenge she encounters. Her arsenal of enchanted masks let her shift seamlessly between the powers and fighting styles of countless creatures to adapt enemy tactics. As Estrid journeys through the multiverse, she seeks mighty creatures with unique fighting styles and weaves her powers into masks. Her further background is unknown. It's also unknown whether she can specifically only copy creatures such as the Tarmogoyf, or whether she can copy other planeswalkers or legendary type creatures as well. The only cards we have that reference her right now are her own card and Estrid's Invocation. Our final planeswalker, and my personal favorite, have I told you guys that before? Last but certainly not least, Aminatou, the Fate Shifter. Aminatou is an incredibly young human planeswalker from an undisclosed plane. Her spark ignited at a young age and for seemingly no reason at all. Although if you asked her, she'd probably say, because I foresaw it would one day and decided that I didn't want to wait for that. Aminatou's magic revolves around fate and the manipulation of destiny. She can perceive the matrix of fate and foresee the destinies of others. Her home plane and lifetime are currently unknown. Her color identity is white, blue, and black. Like all 8-year-olds, Aminatou is playful and fickle. Her own destiny is something she toys with on a daily basis. Some days she'll grow up to be a singer, other days a powerful wizard, perhaps a trainer of beautiful beasts, and tomorrow a conquering queen. She's young, but because of her power, possesses the knowledge of a lifetime. Her most striking feature is her calm demeanor, already knowing the outcome of any problem that might arise. When one of her moths lands on a person, it nudges their fate in whatever direction Aminatou whims. The only cards that she's represented in currently are her card and Aminatou's Augury. There have been several questions asked of Mark Rosewater since her introduction about her background, which they haven't quite solidified. However, we do know that when her plane is revealed, it will be distinctly West African with no sort of European costume creep whatsoever. And I, for one, am very excited to see that come into being and how they go about giving her home its uniqueness in comparison to Jamora of Dominaria, which was also based off of African cultures. When asked on Twitter if Aminatou appearing on Ravnica during the War of the Spark would have had any influence on the outcome, Mero commented that Bolas wasn't stupid enough to bring her there. If you guys have any more knowledge or insight on the 3 planeswalkers I've discussed today, please let me know in the comments. Also let me know which of the 3 is your favorite, or just who you're interested in learning more about. You guys can also click the links below in order to order sleeves and or playmats on Amazon for either of the planeswalkers I've discussed. That's going to bring this video to a close, and as always, Vorth on, Vorthos.